It's breakfast time. It's what I often eat here while I'm at the boat. We'll just let that sit after a little bit of stirring. Good morning. Here I am back at the boat. What is it? It's March something, 16th I think. And anyways, I'm cooking some breakfast, but I wanted to show you about these lights here real quick. So I pulled these lights off. These were attached to the boat when I got them, and they were looking pretty rotten when I first came upon them. But what I did was, in some cases, the toggle switch was completely corroded and no longer any good. So I bought a couple of replacement toggle switches. This one's original right here. That's fine. This one I think is also replacement. Yeah, it's replacement. And then I rewired them using the appropriate color coding for the wires. This is tinned marine wire. And anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put these up. I also bought some, you can't see them of course, but I bought LED bulbs to put in all of them. And I've got a total of 5 lights in the boat. I'm not using battery power. You can see I've got AC shore power being used right now. It's just a little bit easier. I don't have any good way to recharge the single battery that I do have, but this is a start anyway, so I'll go ahead and get to go and put those up. Okay, I've got marine grade butt connectors right here. Those are installed, crimped down. I haven't heat shrinked them yet. Let's see if this works. Okay. And go up the mast again. And I just I've got my climbing harness here and a carabiner locking carabiner, and I've got this this short piece of line tied around the loops here, and I got 2 figure-8s tied up there, so I can go ahead and release this, tie it around the mast, and then with the mast steps I can go ahead and climb up without too much difficulty, and if I lose my grip or something, at least I will have some sort of safety. But I've got to bring the halyards up. I washed the halyards. I got to bring those up and set them up again, and I have to do this primarily because I want to get the dinghy off the front, because I'm gotta mount the this new mount that I created. I'll show you that here in a minute, to the stern of the boat. But anyways, up I go. Port side spreader and the angle, you can see that very well, and then the starboard. I think this angle can be worked out. Take care of that. Anyways, here, double toggles on the port side lowers, which is good. They are pinned, which is also good, all the way around. Here, these are pinned, and they all, oh, this one's kind of, I'll tap that back in, but I think, but anyways, but they're all toggled, and they're all pinned. So okay, up we go. Okay, so here I am hooked up the top here, and this is what we got. So I don't know if this is considered a double toggle. Obviously toggled here, it's pinned. It's got a cotter pin. Does this toggle up here at the top here? I don't know if that actually is the case. Here's the VHF antenna, and it is intentionally put at an angle. By the way, this is the rear. Here's the top. Sorry, here's the top of the topping lift, and then we've got over here. We've got the front, the forward stay, and that is. Again, I don't know if it's considered double toggle or not, but check this out. This is what we've been using for the halyard. This double pulley. Oh gosh, I don't know. Anyways, this up here. Let's see if I can get a better picture here. That bolt hanging that block up there, that double block, is coming out. It's not pinned, it's not wired. So that's a little bit of a thing. This block here, the single block, also the shackle holding it is not pinned or wired. Doesn't really look like there's any way to do that. So that's of concern. The lower or the upper port and starboard shrouds are double toggled. That's good. The main pin does have a pin. Look how much gap there is there, though. I don't know if you can see that. There's a big gap in that pin and that there, so that's an issue. Let's get around to the other side here without falling. Sorry about that. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah, also a major gap. Everything is pinned. Here's my little buddy right here. Lots of those guys around. Anyways, that elongated hole is probably a real big issue. Everything is taped, that's fine. That's going to need to be redone. Anyway, so these tangs on the shrouds will need to be replaced. And here's the mast truck. And okay, so they just used angle iron at the top there to mount things up top. I don't know what this wire is. Maybe that was a wind indicator. I don't know. I'm assuming this is the VHF. Sorry, the sun and all that. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and hang up these halyards and go from there. Even though they're not set up correctly, I'll go ahead and do that anyways. Oh, the main halyard sheave. That's the issue. Okay, so here's the main halyard sheave. And it's pretty sticky. It goes right through the mast. I'm putting my thumb on it and I can't turn it. I suspect, that I don't know, that when they put this through bolt through, they didn't have anything in there to keep it from crimping down on that thing. I really don't actually know. Actually, it looks like right here is narrower. You see that? It's narrower at the bottom right there. Maybe I just need to open that up some. Let me look at the front too. Do I use the lower block for the jib halyard, or do you use the upper double block? I don't know why it's double. I was thinking for a spinnaker, but then why the lower? The lower seems like a better option, sort of, although the upper would bring the jib all the way up. So I don't know. I think I'm going to put it on the lower for now. I can always switch them. Well, I'm sorry I didn't show it, but I've been up and down the mast several times today. And I got the bottom half of it clean, which is pretty cool. The top half I have not done yet. But the better thing, or the more better thing, is that I got the halyard unstuck. The sheave, rather, actually finally moves the way it should. I don't know if I could. So that is just, I'm just excited about that. That's a huge thing. But the upper shrouds, I find the pins, I think, are only 3/8 of an inch. Down here at the bottom here, those same shrouds, the clevis pins are 1/2 inch, and the tangs, those shroud tangs, the holes in them either are too big or they're elongated. I'm not sure what, but yeah, after I get the motor in, then I'll take the mast down, we'll plop it down on deck here, and we'll go from there and find what's going on. But anyways, halyard is up and it's running smoothly for the most part, so it's excellent.